All right, fuck it, let's get it. Yes, sir. What's poppin' with y'all, man? Welcome back to another motherfucking episode of the Until Further Notice podcast. I am the flyest, highest, coolest, smoothest host of them all. OG Hatch, man. You know what the fuck it is, man. What's up with the motherfucking people, man? It's episode 60, bro. We're on the grind to 100, dog. You might as well call me Harry Potter. Call me the Podfather. You might as well call me Master P. Master P, bitch. And the P stand for pod, motherfucker. What's up with you, motherfucker? How y'all doing, man? We're on the grind of 100, man. This shit don't stop for a motherfucking soul. I gotta tell y'all each and every motherfucking week, man. You might as well call me Chef Curry, bro, because I'm pulling the fuck up. And I'm happy on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audio Mac. It don't matter. I'm there, and I'm making it. I'm making it, bitch. You watch this on the Until FN YouTube channel. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Go and leave a like, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, leave a comment, all that good shit, man. Fuck with the kid, man. Let's keep building this empire, brick by motherfucking me, brick, man. The energy around this podcast right now is nothing short of sensational, man. Everybody fucking with the kid right now. And I'm loving it. Fuck you, man. I've been doing shit for a year now. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm starting to get some type of recognition, man. So if I stop right now, I'll be doing disservice not only to myself, but the people that's been fucking with me since day motherfucking one, man. So shout out to everybody that's tapped in, joining this motherfucking conversation right motherfucking now. No matter if you're a first time listener or a last time listener, man, that shit don't matter to me as much, man. As long as you fucking with the kid, you supporting the kid, I'm fucking with you. So let's keep building this motherfucking empire brick by motherfucking brick. Hopefully you out there looking good, feeling good, staying motherfucking safe, man. Like I say, each and every motherfucking week, dog. It's a lot of shit going on in these streets, man. I want to shout out to everybody around the world that's tapped in, join this conversation. This is not just a local fucking podcast. A lot of my listeners are in other countries, bro. Barbados really fuck with the kid. Like I say, I've never been in Barbados, but how much y'all fuck with me, bro. I still can't believe you listen to this podcast, bro. So shout out to everybody in Barbados, man. Shout out to all the bad bitches in Barbados too. Jesus Christ, y'all are winning, dog. But real shit, man. Hopefully y'all out there looking good, feeling good, man. It's a lot of shit, man, on this docket, bro. We gotta get into the biggest case, the biggest news, I should say, has been sweeping the motherfucking me newsways and shit like that. The Gabby Petito case, you know, so we got touching that. I got a question for Black America, you know, so Black America is kind of fed up with the whole notoriety that she's been getting and shit like that. So I got a question for Black America. Have we dropped the ball? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to missing Black people, have we done that as our own culture? Has we fucked that up? But I'm gonna get into that a little bit later so y'all can really understand my full point with that. I want to talk about the Haitians at the Del Rio border, the disturbing images that we've been seeing about that lately, the videos and shit like that. That shit been kind of sickening, dog. And I feel like a lot of people probably don't know too much about that, so I want to tap in and get my opinion on that. We gotta talk about the dark side of the ring. You know, I know a lot of y'all fucking watch wrestling like me growing up, and we fell in love with that shit as a child. And this shit they got called the dark side of the ring that's coming out. It's really shedding light on some pretty disturbing shit. And I don't know if it's just because, you know, we're in 2021, this shit is disturbing, but we gotta talk about the shit, man. We really motherfucking do. But like I said, we gotta get to the NFL Week 2 review, a whole bunch of shit, man. It's a lot of shit on that we don't get into. Honestly, let's start with the good shit. Let's start with the heavy shit, bro. Let's get into Gabby Petito case, man. First of all, before I even get into that, man, I want to say rest in peace to Gabby Petito. You know what I'm saying? Anytime somebody loses their life, before I start giving my opinion on shit, or it may come off as disrespectful to some people that's listening, shit like that, I want to make it known that I send my prayers and condolences to her family, anybody that was impacted by her in a positive light, anybody who subscribes to her on YouTube or follows on social media, all y'all, I send my prayers and condolences to all y'all. But I wouldn't be me if I didn't give you my real and raw opinion on this shit. And that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. That's why I got this podcast, bitch. It's my show. It's my shit. Let's get into it, man. The Gabby Petito case, man. This shit right here is so interesting. And it's not interesting because, you know, she a white girl. It's interesting because how this situation is being handled. I'm a motherfucker that sit back at home and I watch these type of shows. I be watching the shows where the husband killed the wife, or the wife killed the husband killed the wife and the kids and put them in a fucking it's water in a pond or some shit. I watch all that shit. For some reason, that shit's entertaining. That shit's interesting. I don't want this shit to happen to nobody, but once the shit happened, document that, nigga. Come on now. But this is one of those type cases. Like this is honestly one of those type cases that I'm pretty sure in a few years, bro, they're gonna have their own 4-episode documentary on Hulu or some shit. This shit is gonna happen. This is gonna be a story. But the Gabby Petito case, I'm not gonna say like I'm an expert on everything that's going on. There's news coming out each and every motherfucking day. New news coming out each and every fucking day about this shit. So I'm gonna just give you the basics, man. For the most part, she was a young woman, YouTuber. Her and her boyfriend went on a cross-country trip in the van. That's red flag number fucking 1. I'm not getting no fucking road trip across country. You got me fucked up. It's planes for a reason. But they went on a cross-country trip in the van. You know what I'm saying? There was footage coming out of a police stop, so they got into it. Police pulled them over. They weren't describing it as a domestic situation at first. They were saying she was having it was more like a mental health breakdown she was having. That's what the police described it as. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, he came home without her. That's just as clear as it get. He came home without her. You know what I'm saying? When motherfuckers was asking him questions, he wasn't even talking. He had no answers. He wasn't saying shit. And then ultimately his ass took off, and now he missed. They police still looking for that nigga. They don't know where he at. Now the main reason, like I said, it's not interesting because she was a white woman to me. It's interesting to see how this shit is being handled. It's always alarming to me and interesting to me see how this shit was being handled, because you can clearly see where the ball was dropped and where shit is not fair in America. You got everybody talking about, you know what I'm saying, all the missing black people that's in this country, that they get the lack of coverage and things like that. And trust me, I'm gonna get into that because that is a true thing. I think every motherfucking African American, any black person, anybody who even tapped in with the culture and fighting for the right shit, that was one of their first instant thoughts about the shit. And it was definitely one of mine. But like I said, it's not her race. It's not this color of her skin that got me tapped in. It's the whole, it's about the legal system, fam. Because the reason why I say that, man, I'm just gonna cut right to it. I can't imagine a black dude and a black chick going on a motherfucking trip, and the black dude come back without the chick and ain't giving answers about the shit. I can't imagine that he's not in jail. I can't imagine he hasn't been taken down to the precinct. I can't imagine that. I just can't. For this nigga Brian Laundrie, fam, to fucking come home, police ask about this, they're trying to ask him questions, he's not talking. That's a red flag. Like, you don't need to do this is an open and closed case, fam. Like, I'm sorry. And I would be seriously shocked if he didn't do this shit. I'll be seriously shocked. I mean, how much proof do you need, nigga? You was the last person with her and you came back without her? You know something, my nigga. You know something. That's a fact. You know something. So it's about how this shit is being handled. For this man to come back and be a person of interest, you know what I mean? Like, for him to be a person of interest in the whole situation, then to be allowed to leave, now you can't find this nigga? He gone? Like, that shines a light on the legal system. Like, of course, like I said, the young woman lost her life. Like I said, the body, it came out, the body, the remains were located in Wyoming, at a park out there, a national park out there in Wyoming. And with him being a person of interest, the last person that was with her, now he's gone? You can't find him? No, he did this shit. And if he didn't do this shit, he got a helping hand in this shit. Because I can't picture somebody being completely innocent in this shit, not coming home and going straight to the police, or not even coming home. Nigga, I'm contacting the police while I'm out there. I'm not coming all the way fucking home. If my girl just got bodied, my nigga, or I can't find my girl, anybody I'm with, if I can't find them, police is being called. I'm not coming home until we find them. So that's like 6 red flags right there. Just throw a handful of red flags on this nigga. He did this shit. Like, this is one of those cases to where it's like, nigga, are you serious? What do you mean he's a person of interest, but y'all don't have this man's house being fucking monitored? Y'all don't have niggas watching this nigga house? What are you talking about? What the fuck is going on? And like I said, with the remains being found in Wyoming, it was they were able to determine that it was Gabby Petito. And now that the autopsy has ruled it a homicide, now you got everybody on a manhunt for this nigga. But in my mind, it never should have even got to this point, because you knew where the nigga was at. You located the nigga. You know what I'm saying? You went to the nigga house. He just wasn't talking to y'all. So it's like at that point in time, why wasn't the cop talking about, all right, we need to do some stakeouts around this motherfucker. We need to put this nigga under surveillance. The simple fact that this nigga was able to get away it should really open motherfuckers' eyes on what the fuck is going on. Like I said, I send my prayers and condolences about the shit, but I don't really give a fuck about Gabby Petito. I don't really give a fuck about her. And like I said, I don't mean be disrespectful, fam, but I don't give a fuck. It's missing black people all around America that don't get talked about, fam. And I ain't trying to make it a race about who get more love and more coverage. Obviously, white people get more coverage, but they got the mainstream media. And I'm going to tap into why I'm not too much mad at them about the shit, because I don't expect white people to give a fuck about us, fam. They never have. I expect us to give a fuck about us, though. Real shit. And that's something that it's going both ways on both sides of the motherfucking coin, white and black. Niggas don't be giving a fuck about missing black people like that, man. They just don't. To me, this case is about the legal system, fam, because that man was black. If he was fucking Mexican, that nigga had dark fucking skin. If he was fucking Indian, nigga, I don't give a fuck. His ass would have been in jail. His ass would have been taken down to the precinct. His ass would have been getting surveillanced. Ain't no getting away from that shit. Ain't no disappearing act. Fuck is this nigga Houdini? What the fuck is this? This nigga Houdini all of a sudden? Fuck you mean he gone? You can't find him. What? Fuck you. What? Fuck is you talking about, man? Fuck, what? Fuck is you talking about this and you can't find a nigga? That's the part that upsets me, because it's too many times to where you see the police treat other motherfuckers different. There should have been no way Brian Laundrie should have been missing. What the fuck? Like, I don't understand that, fam. That's the part that really stands out to me. I don't care about Gabby Petito. Once again, rest in peace. And I don't mean to, you know what I'm saying, sound like an arrogant asshole. But I gotta speak my fucking mind, dog. I don't care about this girl missing. When I saw that shit, I was like, okay. But it was the whole point about this nigga was able to come home and he wasn't talking to nobody. And they want to apply more pressure to that nigga. That's where I'm confused with the whole situation. I don't want to hear about, you know what I'm saying, this nigga just, they say he went on a hike or some shit. What the fuck you mean he went on a hike? A hike? A hike? Now you won't exercise? That's not, how many more red flags do I gotta give you motherfuckers, man? He went on a trip with your girl. Police pulled y'all over at one point in time. You come back home without your girl. Niggas asking you questions. You ain't answering questions. You ain't volunteering information. Then you turn up missing? He did that shit, bro. I don't even want to say allegedly. He did that shit. Niggas was claiming OJ did it. Nigga, he did that shit. What the fuck you mean? If niggas been pumping that OJ did shit off similar type evidence, this white boy did that shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. He did it. Sue me, bitch. You did that shit. I don't give a fuck. You did that shit, Brian. I'm gonna talk to you know, Brian, you did that shit, my boy. But when it comes to, now you got everybody, you know, so you got Black America mad, talking about the lack of coverage when Black Americans are missing. It's totally motherfucking true. It's totally motherfucking true. But I want to say this. I truly want to say this. I have a question for everybody. I truly have a motherfucking question for every fucking body. Black America, all the friends of the show. As much as I'm with you, as much as CNN and MSNBC and whatever the other motherfucking the BBC, all that shit. As much as they don't give a fuck about black people, us as black people, have we dropped the ball on missing black folk? Because, like I said, I don't expect CNN and all them to be talking, Fox and all them to be talking about that shit. But I expect us to talk about that shit. Why that shit not plastered on BET every time it's missing motherfucking black kids going away? That shit not on BET, plastered on BET. Like the way they be plastering Tyler Perry movies on that bitch. Why that shit not on the Oprah network? Why Oprah ain't talking about that shit? Why that shit not on motherfucking me? Joe Budden them shit. Why Charlamagne ain't passing that shit on the Breakfast Club all the motherfucking time? That's the motherfuckers I got questions for, bro. Because I don't expect white folks to all of a sudden start giving a damn. They've proven over time they don't give a fuck. My question is to the fucking black media, why y'all not covering that shit? You want to know why? Because motherfuckers only post shit that get clicks. And that's why I don't have a problem with this podcast slowly developing, bro. Because I'm going to talk about what the fuck I got to talk about, fam. I'm tired of motherfuckers trying to have it both motherfucking ways. I'm with you. They not talking about, they don't give a fuck about us. But damn, do we give a fuck about us? That's real shit, fam. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm out here in Arizona, fam. I'm out here in AZ. Niggas know. I'm out here in every motherfucking zone. Right now, it's a kid named Daniel Robinson. Well, not a keeper, he's a young man. Young man named Daniel Robinson that's been missing. Out here in Arizona. I knew nothing about this shit, fam. I knew nothing about it. You know how I give it up, fam. I will talk about that shit if I knew about it. I didn't know about it. Why didn't I know about that shit? Because there's nobody's talking about the shit. It's not on the news. It's not on nobody's social media. None of that shit. And that's out here in these motherfucking streets, dog. That's in these fucking streets. So it's like, how can I be mad at CNN when BET ain't talking about the shit? Breakfast Club ain't talking about the shit. Joe Budden ain't talking about the shit. The niggas we look at for our new academics ain't talking about the shit. Shade Room ain't talking about the shit. Our black media not talking about black kids and black adults that's missing. That's the fucking problem, fam. So before I can start getting mad at Chad and Brad and Susan and Karen, motherfucker, I'm mad at Darren. I'm mad at Cynthia. Nigga, I'm mad at motherfucking Kelly. I'm mad at motherfucking Deontay, myself, because I'm a part of the media now. I mean, I may be small time, but nigga, I put my shit out. I'm mad at myself for not pumping this shit. That's why I said, have we dropped the fucking ball? Why are we looking at white folks to all of a sudden start giving a fuck, man? Like, I don't understand, niggas. Why are you so surprised? Motherfuckers look out for their own, man. Like, motherfuckers look out for their motherfucking own. They care about the little white girls that's missing. They don't give a fuck about the little black beautiful women that's missing. They don't give a fuck about that. They want them gone. So why would they talk about it, my nigga? So it's like, what the fuck do we gotta do to change this shit, bro? Because like you say, like I say, bro, it's so many missing African Americans in this country that just never come home. Never come home. And we don't talk about the shit enough. We don't. It's like, I don't understand. I just don't understand, fam. Like, motherfuckers be so quick to point the finger, but don't realize what the fuck they doing. And I'm not trying to make this one of those situations where it's like, when motherfuckers talk about the police killing black folks, and it's like, but what about black on black crime? Trust me, I'm not trying to do that shit. I'm not. I'm just, I've succumbed. I've gave in to the fact that white folks don't give a fuck. It's too many motherfuckers who got the opportunity to get on camera, to get a microphone. It's too many fucking mainstream black media. Too much of it out there for our voice not to be truly fucking heard, man. We talk about the same bullshit the white folks talk about. Nah, talk about our shit. Fuck music, nigga. Fuck that J. Cole Heaven's EP, nigga. Fuck Certified Lover Boy, nigga. Fuck what Kendrick album talking about. Fuck that shit. Fuck Russell Westbrook coming to the Lakers. Fuck Justin Fields starting next week. Fuck that bullshit. Talk about the real, man. Talk about the missing black girls, the missing black boys, the motherfucking me hitting runs by police officers, getting bodies on niggas that's leaving them there. Talk about that shit. Talk about the motherfucking out there in St. Louis right now. It's a fucking serial killer out there targeting women. Talk about that shit. Fuck all the other shit, dog. It comes a point in time where motherfuckers gotta look in the mirror and ask themselves, have we dropped the motherfucking ball? And if you ask me, we have dropped that motherfucker, because you still looking for motherfucking CNN and MSBC and Fox to give a fuck about us. You fucking delusional. Your ass is tripping. That shit ain't gonna never fucking happen, my nigga. I don't give a fuck if Kamala Harris is second in command. I ain't heard her say shit. I heard her talk about the Haitian shit. That shit going on down at the border. I ain't heard motherfuckers say shit about motherfucking me, these missing black kids, these missing black young adults, dog. So ask your motherfucking self before you start going crazy on these motherfuckers. Have we dropped the motherfucking ball? Real shit, dog. Stop with the fucking foolery, cuz. Real shit. And real shit, man. And I'm gonna say this, bro, because I didn't want my energy to be like this on this podcast, but this episode 60, bro. This is a celebratory episode, bro. Anytime we got the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, now we at 60, bro. This is a celebratory ass episode. So I ain't trying to make my energy is just when I'm ranting and shit and going up, but I'm passionate about this shit, fam, because I got a little brother that's starting to move in these streets. I got little cousins that's girls that's starting to move in these streets. You know what I'm saying? I gotta feel like this, dog. This shit authentic, motherfucker. I ain't think I was gonna come in and sound like this, but it's how it is. And I'm gonna say this because some of the realest shit ever said, bro. Some of the realest shit ever said fucked our head up. And that was Cameron and paid in full. Niggas die every day, B. Niggas die every motherfucking day, B. Niggas use that to not mourn, fam. Like, think about that. I know I didn't did it. When I came across the news and niggas getting chopped the fuck down, I just sit back like, niggas die every day, B. Like, for real. And move on to the next topic. You heard about LeBron hosting the fucking 3-day minicamp in Vegas for the new Lakers? Like, who gives a fuck about that shit? When in real life in these streets, like I said, St. Louis right now, my nigga, it's a serial killer out there targeting women in my home city, dog. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Chicks back at home, I would hate to see them get hurt. I still want to fuck. No. No. I'm sorry, bro. I had to throw a joke in there, bro. It wouldn't be me if I didn't throw a joke in there. But on some real shit, like, it's too much going on, man. Niggas use that shit not to mourn, not to do their due diligence and help solve problems. Some of the realest shit ever said fucked our head up, man. And it's up to us, bro. It's up to us to make change, fam. I'm not looking at them white folks no more. And I'm not trying to make sure I got a problem with all white folks. I don't. I tell you every time, bro. I fuck with thick white chicks, bro. They can get this dick. I don't give a fuck. I fuck with them. But it's like, I don't depend on white folks to feel my pain. The ones that do, the white Avengers, I fuck with them. But I don't look for white people to feel my fucking pain. People look out for their own, dog. I told you who I'm mad at. I'm mad at BET, Oprah Network, Shade Room, Charlemagne, Joe Budden, all you motherfuckers. You big media heads. So we put in this prominent fucking position. Fuck the music. Fuck the gossip. Talk about the facts. Motherfuckers is missing. Mamas is not getting answers about their babies missing. Motherfuckers want answers, dog. Real shit. And that is as simple as it is for me, dog. Real motherfucking talk. Moving on, man. Let's get into some other shit I seen, bro. Some other big fucking news that's going on around here. And I want to say this, man. If you're new to this podcast, we jump around a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's like double dutching this bitch. We jump around a lot. You know what I'm saying? This episode is probably a little bit more information that's being given. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to listen back to it and see how this shit actually sound, but it's a lot of shit going. It's a lot of real shit that I gotta touch on because I don't think other motherfuckers are doing. Other motherfuckers don't do that shit until it's popping. They know it's gonna get clicks. They know it's gonna get clicks. I don't know this shit gonna get clicks. I don't even know if y'all like this shit. I don't give a fuck. This shit must be talked about. Over there down at the Del Rio border, man, it's over 15,000 Haitians, dog. Over 15,000 Haitians at the Del Rio border trying to seek asylum in the United States of America. With all the natural disasters, they said the person in charge over there was assassinated. It's a lot of shit going on in Haiti right now. Like, as bad as motherfuckers think it is over here with the Hurricane Ida and shit like that, motherfucker, the president's still living, motherfucker. So shit is still structured. Over there, nigga, when the motherfucker in charge get assassinated and this natural disasters and shit, motherfuckers is going crazy. So you got over 15,000 Haitians at the Del Rio border right now. And then, of course, you know, it's news coverage and video and footage that was released. You got motherfucking border patrol on horses with motherfucking me. They say it wasn't actually whips. It was the horse reiners. They using that shit as whips, whipping motherfuckers trying to get them back. Straight slave shit, dog. Like, please, all the friends of the show, please go look at that shit. Because it's 2021 and to see the images of black people being whipped by motherfuckers on horses. Do motherfuckers know where the police originated from? The police were originated to keep slaves in check, dog. That's what the police origin, fam. That's the origin. That's not me sugarcoating. That's not me throwing my little spice. No, that's the origin of police. So in 2021, when you see motherfucking border patrol policemen on horses whipping black people, that shit can't do nothing but make your fucking stomach turn, dog. It can't do nothing but piss you off. Or at least me. At least me. All you niggas running around, you love when Killmonger said that shit. Throw me in the water with my ancestors. Because they knew death was bad in bondage. All you niggas love that part, but you niggas ain't stepping when it's time to step. You niggas ain't stepping when it's time to step, dog. When you see that shit, niggas need to be coming with a plan right now. Niggas come on, niggas tell me every week I be preaching hate. Nigga, I'm preaching facts. I'm preaching my emotions, bitch, and it ain't hate. You would know if I was telling hate. Niggas that know Hatch know what I sound like when I hate a motherfucker. But it's like, to see that shit down there at that border, that shit is sickening. Now, I'm not one of them motherfuckers that say, just let them in. I don't know. It's so much that go into that shit. But I ain't saying send their ass back. Do the due diligence and get these motherfuckers in the right way. It came across the news that they sending back the single adult Haitians. They just sending them back. Now they say, no, you gotta go back, bro. I know, you went through all that hell and hot water to get over here, but you must go back. That's what they doing. They taking in the Haitians with families, the little kids and stuff like that. They taking them in. That's what they say. They taking them in and they gonna hold them into like little centers, homeless shelters and things like that until they can go until they can receive their court date. That's what they saying they doing. So with that part, okay. I'm not down with sending motherfuckers back. Nigga, if you here, you here. We got to deal with you now. If you're going to stop motherfuckers from coming, that's one thing. But the motherfuckers that's already here, just let them be here, dog. Just let them stay. It ain't going to do you no harm to let motherfuckers stay. When you see what they going through to get away from some shit, they not running away from fucking bright skies, big ass fields of grass, motherfuckers playing volleyball, barbecues, you know what I'm saying? Ice Cube playing in the background. They not running away from that. They running away from natural disasters and assassinations on motherfuckers in charge. It's haywire. It's a fucking Call of Duty fucking game trailer going on right now in Haiti. It's bombs and explosions. Niggas that's in high positions dying. That's what the fuck is going on in Haiti. So let these people stay, dog. It just blows my mind it just blows my mind, dog. I'm on Twitter all day. I've been waiting to see motherfuckers talk about this shit. Ain't nobody talking about it. Niggas talking about some nigga in St. Louis named Jizzle Bucks allegedly fucking niggas in the ass and then shooting niggas because they finna expose them. I don't give a fuck about that shit, man. Who gives a fuck who's fucking who? Let's talk about the Haitians that's fucking getting whipped by fucking Border Patrol police. Talk about that, dog. Like, it just like on some real shit, man. It blows my mind. Only reason why I'm really, because a few days before I even got this news, bro, I was just thinking to myself, like, damn, bro, I ain't never seen a light-skinned Haitian. I was just thinking that shit. And then literally the next day, I'm seeing 15,000 Haitians that look like me, talk like, well, they don't talk like me, but you know what the fuck I'm saying, look like me. Them was my brothers and sisters being whipped. Like, if for some reason, dog, to see people get whipped, that make your soul, that make my stomach turn more than seeing motherfuckers get shot at, dog. It just does. I know being shot at is more deadlier, bro, but it's the stigma, it's the meaning, it's the overall portrayal of a black person being whipped that psychologically does something to you. It does, bro. It just does. Well, to me, let me speak for myself. So to see motherfuckers not talking about that shit is sickening, bro. That shit is truly fucking sickening. You see the living conditions, motherfuckers in building, they just taking sticks and clothes to build something to sleep under. That's what they doing. That's what they doing, bro. Like, we gotta get this shit together. Black America. I'm not talking to white America right now. The white Avengers, come on over to this side of the room too. But the black America, we gotta do something. We gotta do something, man. We can't keep sitting back acting like this shit is not gonna impact us, man. We can't keep not giving a fuck until it hit our front door. We can't. White people don't do that shit. That's why you think Gabby Petito is such a big fucking story. They not waiting until it hit their door. They taking care of their own. That's what we gotta do, man. Over 15K niggas seeking asylum, running from something because they scared. You gotta have a heart, man. You gotta have a fucking heart and help folks, dog. Like, that's just as simple as that shit come to me. You gotta have a fucking heart and you gotta help motherfuckers, man. Real motherfucking talk, dog. Moving on, man. Let's get, I need a break, man. I need a motherfucking break, man. Let's get into some other shit, man. It's gonna lighten the motherfucking mood up a little bit. I came across, past episodes, bro. I forget which episode. It's probably like 46, 47. I don't know. Title of that episode is called Dragon Tales. It was one of the most controversial episodes, bro. I was talking about this person who basically started getting a whole bunch of surgeries and things like that to transform into a motherfucking dragon. And I was asking myself, what's the difference? How far off is a motherfucker trying to become a dragon and, the whole transgender thing? And a lot of people took that, they took it how they took it. I ain't really give a fuck, to be honest with you. But once you start saying you was born in the wrong body and shit, and I was saying there has to be some type of mental health into that situation. And people thought that I was misspeaking and things like that. And I really wasn't. Once you say you were born to the wrong body, once you start getting all these enhancements done to your body, we have to start questioning mental health. And not saying in a negative way, because like I said, bro, I deal with mental health. And I know I'm a nigga. I got a big dick swing between my legs. But it's like, I know what the fuck I am. But I still deal with shit. So I always try to see there has to be a correlation with that shit. And the reason why I bring that back up is because now with the whole vaccine shit, you got people identifying as trans-vax. You got people identifying as trans-vax, my boy. Like, man, what the fuck is going on in America, bro? This is what's going on. So I asked all the friends of the show, is that nigga crazy? Is that nigga suffering from mental health? What the fuck is the difference between him saying that and Caitlyn Jenner saying he a mother and saying that he now a woman? Well, she's now a woman. I ain't gonna be disrespectful. Fuck it. I'm gonna call you what you want to be called. If I want to walk around this mother being called Big Dick Hatch, you best call me Big Dick Hatch. If you a nigga, you want to be called a girl, hey, bro, I'm gonna call you a girl. I don't give a fuck. Well, I may not be around you on a daily basis, but in the presence of you, I'm not gonna disrespect you and call you a man still if you want to be called a woman. That's not for me to be upset. That's for women to possibly be upset at that. I don't give a fuck. But my question is, what's different from that and somebody saying that they trans now? What's the difference? Like, what's the fucking difference? Because a nigga hear that clip right there that I just played for y'all and say, no, that nigga's crazy. That nigga tripping. That nigga stupid. That nigga got mental health or something. He got a mental disorder. When I did the whole Dragon Tales episode where the motherfucker turned their body into a dragon with all the surgery, looking like a straight fucking dragon, and I asked y'all, well, how many motherfuckers is it going to take for this to be normal? Because that's how transgender started. And I want to say this. I have no problem with transgenders. I don't give a fuck. Live your life. If you attract to transgenders, love who you love. That's all this podcast. This podcast is all love, bro. It's all love over these ways, bro. But if the questions have to be answered, if normal motherfuckers, and I don't want to say normal because I don't want to make it seem like motherfuckers who, trans is not normal people. But if people who identify as what they are, people who just go live their everyday life, if they can say they have issues, if I'm a motherfucker that have a 9 to 5, I work hard, I pay my bills, I lift weights here almost every day. I come in here, I do my podcast, I play my game, I play 2K, I listen to music, I do all this shit. I watch movies on day. I do everyday regular shit. And if I can come in here and say, I be struggling with mental health, bro. I go through depression. I deal with anxiety. I go through this shit. Always have my entire motherfucking life. If I can say that, why can't we correlate mental health to somebody that's telling us they was born in the wrong motherfucking body? Not saying don't do it. Not saying you can't want to change. But if a motherfucker saying they was born in the wrong body, how can we not correlate the two? But with that clip I just played you would say that nigga's crazy. How many motherfucking people is it going to take to come out and say they identify as trans vax for that shit to be normal? That's the question. I should have made that the question of the motherfucking week. How many motherfuckers is it going to take to come out as trans vax for that shit to be considered normal? It's a real motherfucking question, dog. Like that nigga was crazy. And you asked me, that nigga was crazy, dog. There's no ifs and buts about it. Homeboy was tripping. Tripping like a motherfucker. Moving on, man. Let's get into this dark side of the ring, man. Let's get into that shit. If you don't know about Dark Side of the Ring, man, it's this Vice. It's a Vice TV show, but it's a new season called Dark Side of the Ring about, wrestling, WWE shit, the little secrets and shit like that. There was this episode, so it's called The Plane Ride from Hell. I watched it. You can check it out on YouTube or on Vice, but I watched it on YouTube, the whole episode. And it was called The Plane Ride from Hell. And this shit is so crazy, bro. And throughout this episode, man, you got Ric Flair and Scott Hall being accused of sexual assault. You find out that Ric Flair, his nickname was a Nature Boy. And I always wondered why this nigga name was a Nature Boy. They saying Ric Flair's nickname was the Nature Boy because he had a big dick. What the fuck? What the fuck? Like they said this nigga Ric Flair, bro, was on the helicopter naked. On the plane naked. With just his Ric Flair big ass flashy robe on, butt ass booty naked, doing a helicopter with his dick. Nah, like fam, as a Nature Boy Ric Flair fan, diehard fan, that was some information that I did not need to know. But that's what was going on the plane ride from hell. You had Brock Lesnar and niggas fighting on the plane. Niggas was consuming drinks upon drinks upon drinks. It just made me think as I was watching this shit, man. Dudes do a lot of gay shit when it's a lot of them and they alone. And I can speak to that because I was on the wrestling team. Now, granted, I didn't do no gay shit. I ain't with the gay shit. I'm not finna act gay for laughs. I'm not that type of guy. But on the wrestling team, that shit took place. Niggas did some gay shit. Niggas was tapping niggas' dicks. Niggas was doing all types of fruity balloon shit. Whole bunch of shit. And once again, nothing against gay people. Shout out to y'all. Ain't no beef these ways. But niggas do a lot of gay shit when they alone together. When you got a group of niggas, it can be football, wrestling, track and field, any sport. When it's a 15 plus niggas, it's some gay shit going down for just for laughs. And that's what it was with the Ric Flair shit. The niggas want to see Ric Flair do the helicopter with his dick. Niggas found that shit funny. I don't see how. I don't want to see another man's dick. It better be a porno, fam, where another nigga's dick out and I'm not mad. Like, all right, it's a porno. But if a nigga just got his dick out, bro, what are you doing? You crossing the lines. But there was a sexual assault allegation with Ric Flair and one of the flight attendants. Of course, Ric Flair gonna say this shit never happened. But motherfuckers are saying, nah, they seen the shit. But it's just it makes you think how many. It really makes you think how much shit that was done back in the day that was just totally out of pocket. And when I say totally out of pocket, that was totally out of pocket. Like me being 26 years old in 2021, I couldn't imagine a nigga that's not homeless walking up on women doing the helicopter with his dick. I couldn't imagine it. I can only picture a homeless crackhead or somebody doing that. I can't imagine Ric Flair. I can't imagine who would be Ric Flair today. I can't imagine fucking Seth Rollins doing that shit. I can't imagine Roman Reigns doing a helicopter with his dick to get some laughs. So it just makes you think, like, it was the wild, wild west down there back in the day, fam. And that's not excusing Ric Flair from the shit. You know what I'm saying? With a whole bunch of people that had acts on the motherfucking plane that did some wild shit. Not even what Ric Flair did, but just doing some wild shit, just not behaving properly, embarrassing the brand of WWE. Niggas was getting punished. And Ric Flair never got punished for this alleged incident. And the question was asked, why did he get away with it? And the answer was because he was a made man. He got a pass. So it made me think, like, how much shit was really going on back then? Like, I think it was so much wild shit going on back in the day of people that was in high positions of power, that they was doing so much shit. You can't even put a number on that shit. Because for that to take place on a fucking plane full of adults, and the story just now coming out now, and you find out this nigga didn't even get punished, a suspension from the WWE when they kicked niggas out the WWE for just passing out on pills. A nigga got his hair cut off and was fighting Brock Lesnar, and he got kicked out the fucking WWE. But if Ric Flair allegedly was sexually assaulted a woman, he didn't get shit. He just came back. Woo! He just came back styling and profiling on niggas. Like, it just makes you think how many motherfuckers in prominent positions of power got away with some shit. And I ain't trying to come on this motherfucker and just tear down Ric Flair. Because like I said, I'm a Ric Flair die hard, fam. It ain't too many niggas in wrestling I'm a die hard for. Like, if Ric Flair died right now, knock on, damn, the wood all the way over there. But knock on wood, goddammit. But if Ric Flair were to pass, I would be deeply fucking saddened. That nigga's a goddamn war hero in my eyes. Wrestling was the shit. Wrestling was my childhood. But to know that this shit took place, it brings back the saying what people always say. You don't want to meet your heroes, man. Them niggas ain't as cool as you really think they is. And if this story is true, Ric Flair, you's a nasty motherfucker. There's no coming back from that. I don't give a fuck how late the information come back. If this shit was true, come on, man. You gotta go. It's time to go sit down, man. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to see you no more. Because if that's just true, you's a nasty motherfucker. You put a woman in an uncomfortable position in front of other people, not giving a fuck. That says a lot about your character. It truly motherfucking does. And that incident makes me think back to all the fucking famous rants he had about the women coming back to the room and we get it on to the break of dawn. All that bullshit. I think differently about that shit now, Rick. I truly motherfucking do. But I encourage everyone to go watch The Dark Side of the Ring, man. That Vice shit. Especially that episode, The Plane Ride from Hell, because it really shines light on a lot of shit that was going down on that plane ride. And also, it's always interesting to hear stories about what the fuck was going on behind the scenes of some of your favorite motherfucking movie sets, entertainment, actors, wrestlers, rappers, all that shit. So I encourage everybody to go check that shit out, man. It just wild as fuck to me. This nigga Ric Flair was running around a group of motherfucking men doing a helicopter with his dick, and niggas thought that shit was fun and games. Some gay shit, you ask me. That's some wild gay shit. This nigga name was Nature Boy because his dick was big. What the fuck? What the fuck? Talk, man. That shit's some wild ass shit. Moving on, man. Let's go ahead and get into the NFL Week 2 review, bro. Let's go ahead and get into it. Last week, man, I told y'all that I wasn't too sure if I'm gonna watch the rest of the season. I'm gonna go ahead and announce it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and watch the rest of the NFL season, give you guys these weekly updates. And when NBA season come back, I'm probably not gonna go too deep into the whole NFL, the full schedule. I'm only gonna talk about the key games, so I want to kind of start that now with having the key games highlighted on the ticker for you guys. But I'm going to run through the scores for you guys. I know a lot of y'all fuck with the football shit, man. I don't want to shortchange y'all, man. You had the Giants versus the Washington football team. It happened on Thursday once the podcast released last week. The Washington football team won that by 1 point, 30-29. You followed that up with the Raiders versus the Steelers. The Raiders win, shellacked they motherfucking ass. Big Ben actually got hurt, by the way. That nigga kind of day-to-day says a pectoral thing. They better go sign Cam. The Steelers better go sign Cam. I don't want to see no fucking Mason Rudolph back there, bro. Go ahead and sign Cam Newton, bro. Get that nigga a shot, Mike Tomlin, bro. You got to help a nigga out at this point in time, bro, because his ex-coach, Ron Rivera, ain't fucking with him, dog. Moving on, you got the Eagles versus the 49ers. 49ers win and beat the Eagles 17-11. You got the Houston Texans versus the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns bounced back and beat the Texans 31-21. Broncos versus Jags. Broncos versus Jags. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got my eye on the Broncos a little bit. They looking a little bit rejuvenated. What's my boy name? Who had the Pierce motherfucking lawn? Not Bridgewater. What's my nigga name, man? Damn, I can't think of my nigga name right now, man. That's fucked up. Hold on, let me click on this shit. But what's this nigga name, dog? Tyrod Taylor, right? Let me just make sure. Nah, it's Teddy Bridgewater. Oh shit. Yeah, it is Teddy Bridgewater. Ain't that some shit? But yeah, Teddy motherfucking Bridgewater, man. Teddy Bridgewater went out there and did his motherfucking thing, man. 26 for 34, 328 yards, 2 touchdowns. He went out there and did his motherfucking thing, man. So shout out to Teddy Bridgewater trying to bounce back and rejuvenate his motherfucking career, bro. They beat the Jaguars 23-13 with the rookie Trevor Lawrence at quarterback. You had the Panthers, Carolina Panthers versus New Orleans Saints. I actually picked the Carolina Panthers to beat the Saints just because I'm not big on Jameis Winston, bro. Like, nah, bro. A nigga go 30 for 30. A nigga go 30 for 30, 30 touchdowns and 30 picks. Nah, bro, you whack as a motherfucker to me. I don't give a fuck. You ain't cleaning it up that much. You don't go from throwing 30 interceptions to what, 8? Nigga, please. And he just on a personal level, I just think he's stupid. I just think he's stupid as fuck. But we're not gonna dive too much into that. We're gonna keep it football. The Colts took on the Rams. Rams went and beat the Colts 27-24. Carson Wentz actually got hurt that game. So they say he sprained both his ankles, but I ain't never seen a nigga sprain both his ankles and was standing on his ankles and walking on the sideline. That was kind of skeptical to me. It kind of reminded me of the NFC Championship, Green Bay Packers or Chicago Bears back in 2011, the year the Packers won the Super Bowl, I believe. Hopefully I got that year right. When Jay Cutler had a fucking knee injury, but was on the sideline riding a bike. Nigga, if you can ride a bike, you can do a 3-step drop. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. But I digress, man. The Rams took care of business. They beat them 27-24. The Bills, they beat the fuck. I'm talking, they beat the fuck out of Miami. You would think Miami owed them niggas some draft picks or something. But Tua Tagovailoa did get hurt. He had some, I think he said he got fractured ribs. I think the report came out today or yesterday. He got fractured ribs. So he's going to miss next week's game, obviously. But they went and got their ass shellacked by the Buffalo Bills, man. 35-0. Moving on to the Patriots, Mac Jones bounced back against the motherfucking Jets. They beat them 25-6. Oh boy, he threw, what's that nigga name? I don't even know that nigga name, but he threw like 4 picks or some shit earlier. Three or 4 picks. What's this nigga name? When you throw that many picks, bro, he a rookie quarterback, so I ain't gonna get on his ass too much. What's his nigga name? Zach Wilson. That nigga threw 4 picks, bro. 19 for 33, 210 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Yeah, bro, you need to go watch the film, bro. Whatever you did, don't do that again. Real talk. Then you moved on to the Bengals and the Bears, which I got that highlight as one of the key games, just because. To me, it was a key game just because everybody wants Justin Fields to play. Me being a former Bears fan, still on the hinge of being a Bears fan, I want to see him play too, but I understood why they were starting Andy Dalton, especially last week against the Cincinnati Bengals, his former team and stuff like that. But you kind of want to slowly get Fields ready for this shit. You know what I'm saying? But the big hit he took in preseason by not seeing the unblocked man, that shit kind of scared a lot of people. So I can understand them kind of tiptoe around that. And plus, if he does good, he going to save people job out there in Chicago. Matt Nagy and probably the OC as well. So I understand him slow walking Justin Fields out there, but it is announced he will be starting this upcoming week. But they went and beat the Bengals. You know, so he held it down after Andy Dalton ended up getting hurt. They won 20-17 against the Cincinnati Bengals, which is a big game to me just because that division is everybody 1-1. The Green Bay Packers 1-1, the Bears 1-1. The Lions is ass-tastic. Minnesota Vikings, I'm not sure exactly what their record is, but I do know that they lost against the Cardinals 34-33. They should have actually made the fucking field goal, but they missed that bitch. But that division, bro, it's slowly but surely turning into the worst division in all of NFL. They just don't have a team as bad as the fucking as the Giants. The Giants to me is just ass-tastic, bro. But that division is slowly but surely starting to become one of the worst divisions in the NFL. When it used to be one of the hardest divisions in the NFL, when I was really watching football, when you had the Green Bay, Chicago, and motherfucking Minnesota and Detroit, like, man, I hated being a Bears fan without a fucking good quarterback because we had the defense, but that division was so fucking stout that we couldn't get out of it. But now it's starting to look like it's starting to digress a little bit. So I got my eyes on that division. So I think that was a big win for the Bears to try to right the ship a little bit after losing week 1. But you got the fucking the Falcons and Buccaneers. That was a big game. I didn't have it as a key game just because we all kind of knew what the fuck was going to happen. It's Tom Brady versus Matt Ryan. I was never a big fan of Matty Ice. I never really saw it. Even his MVP year, even when them niggas were going 14-2, 13-3, all that bullshit, I knew they was going to fold like cheap clothes, man. But they went out there and got their ass black, 48-25. It was actually a close game during the first half. But you know how that shit go, man. Tom Brady started going crazy. He had like 5 touchdown passes. He leads the league right now in 9 total touchdown passes. So he looking like he want to go for MVP, man. He had the Titans versus the Seahawks. The Titans won and bounced back against the motherfucking Seahawks. They won 33-30. Julio Jones. I can't wait to see how they really look around week 12-ish. Julio Jones, Derrick Henry. That offense should be stout. You know, that offense should really be motherfucking stout. So I can't wait to see what they look like. Who else was in there? Oh, another key game of the week. Cowboys beat the Chargers. I had the Chargers beating them, bro. I really did. Now, I'll be honest with you. I didn't think that the Cowboys were going to win just because it's the Cowboys, fam. And the way people talk about the Chargers and Justin Herbert, I was just like, fam. And it had, what's my boy, Bosa? Like, I'm just like, fam. Like, they got my boy Keenan Allen, who I think don't get no love. I think Keenan Allen been like top 3 receiver this whole fucking time, but he not sexy enough. He wasn't Antonio. He wasn't Odell. He wasn't Julio. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't. I remember a point in time when niggas was pumping up Jarvis Landry over fucking Keenan Allen. You got motherfuckers saying Amari Cooper run the best routes in the league. Keenan Allen run the best routes in the league to me. But that's just me. I never played the receiver position, but just watching that nigga be floating out there, dog. But them niggas went out there and lost to the Cowboys. He didn't have that big of a game. The whole taunting shit, them penalties is, I don't even want to get into that shit, but the whole taunting shit is retarded. Like, taunting penalties is retarded in football. You understand what they trying to do? They trying to keep niggas in check. But I don't understand, like, when I was watching the Green Bay Packer game, how is the Lambeau Leap not taunting? Like, how was that not taunting, but getting up, flexing that nigga face is taunting? If you score on me, then you go jump in the crowd, swag something with the crowd. I want to beat your ass. That's just me. That's just how I feel. But the Cowboys bounced back from week 1. You know what I'm saying? To move on about that, the Cowboys bounced back from their loss against the Buccaneers. They bounced back. Zeke had a decent game. Pollard is looking like they running back for real. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually they moved on from Zeke. Not this year, obviously, but in the next year or two, if Pollard can keep up that production, yeah, Zeke gonna be on his way out the door. But you paying him too much money to not be a every down back. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, he had a bounce back game. I'll give him a bounce back game just because they ran the ball more. And the Cowboys need to have a running attack. That Dak shit going for 400 plus yards a game passing, you're not winning no games like that. He's not that type of quarterback. He only gonna put up big yardage when the niggas they gotta come back and they losing from the get go. So that's how I felt about that one. The Chiefs and the Ravens, the biggest fucking game of the motherfucking week. Well, obviously, you had the Packers, they blew the fuck out the Lions 35-17. But the biggest game of the week that everybody was waiting on was that fucking Sunday night game. The motherfucking Ravens versus the Chiefs. The Ravens won that shit by a point, man, 36-30-5. The reason why I want to leave that for last is because I want to say shout out to Lamar Jackson, man. Lamar Jackson was getting a lot of motherfucking shit from a lot of people talking about did he have a lot to prove and beating Patty Mahomes and shit like that. I don't expect Lamar Jackson to beat Patrick Mahomes. I don't expect no quarterback in the league besides Thomas Brady. What's his name? Thomas Patrick Edward Brady the third or some shit like that. I don't expect nobody to beat Patty Mahomes but Tom Brady because he's done it multiple times. Nobody else is beating Patty Mahomes. Patty Mahomes only lost 8 games his whole career. No, you're not just gonna beat Patrick Mahomes. You're just not. So I felt it was unfair for motherfuckers to try to put that pressure on Lamar Jackson, especially when motherfuckers already concede to the fact that Lamar Jackson isn't your typical quarterback. He got to run that bitch. And with that type of offense, if they get down big, 9 times out of 10, they not coming back because they not going to air it out. It's not going to be quick points on the board. It's not none of that. But they were down at 11 points, by 11 points at one particular time in that game. And Lamar just started off bad. Threw 2 picks, 1 pick 6. By Tyrann Mathieu had 2 picks on that nigga, boy. Honey Badger's so nice, man. And his story is so crazy, bro. Niggas forget that whole incident at LSU where they wasn't fucking with dude for a minute. But I want to shout out to Lamar Jackson, bro. Lamar Jackson went out there and balled the fuck out. That was a big fucking win for him to bounce back week 2 after losing week 1. That was a big fucking win because it's a difference between being 0-2 and 1-1, especially when your win is over the fucking Kansas City Chiefs. So that was good for him to put that team on his back and actually do that, bro. They all balled out, man. That was a hell of a game. For him to win by 1 point after that crucial fucking that pivotal moment where Harbaugh asked him, "You want to go for this too?" And he said, "Hell yeah!" And for him to actually get it, then win by 1 point, we couldn't write a better ending for a regular season game, especially this early into the season. So I wanted to make sure I left that last and gave Lamar Jackson his actual credit, man, because like I said, there was a lot of motherfuckers who was waiting. Niggas was waiting on for Lamar to fuck up and lose that game. So I'm just happy that, you know what I'm saying, he went and did that. And he did his thing. So I want to shout out to Lamar Jackson in regards to that. But moving on, man. Let's get into the quick hitters, man, so we can wrap this shit up and get the fuck up out of here, man. This episode is supposed to be short. It's supposed to be a short fucking episode, but every time I say that, bro, it's never a short episode, man. Let's get into these quick hitters so we can get the fuck up out this motherfucker, man. What we got? Ben Simmons, Adam Silver, Rich Paul, Westbrook. Let's get into the new NBA COVID rules. Let's get into that first. I meant to talk about this last week, actually, as a bigger topic because it's going to impact the NBA season a lot. The NBA new COVID rules. Well, it's not even NBA. It's new state rules out there in New York and then in San Francisco. I know San Francisco is not a state, but in that area in San Francisco and New York, they got new COVID rules. And pretty much it's going to impact people that's not vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, they're not going to allow people that's not vaccinated to play in them home games. So I think motherfuckers need to really pay attention to that because I think they said if you're going to be in a building at over capacity of 1,000 people, then everyone has to be vaccinated for those home games. And even right now with the Brooklyn Nets, it came out today that if they were to be practicing right now, they wouldn't be able to practice with everybody on their roster because of the COVID rules. So I think people need to actually pay attention to that because going into the season, You're talking about the Golden State Warriors, who everybody expecting to have a bounce back year. You're talking about the New York Knicks, who are trying to duplicate at least what they did last year. And you're talking about the motherfucking the Brooklyn Nets, who got championship aspirations. Like in those situations, if niggas is not fully vaccinated, or I think right now they wouldn't be able to. They gotta have at least one dosage of the vaccine to even practice right now. But in the season, if them niggas is not vaccinated, they can't play home games, and that's a big fucking deal. That's a huge fucking deal. And for them teams in New York and for San Francisco, where you talking about, you know what I'm saying, Golden State. But I think people need to tap into that because that can deal with seeding, that can deal with players missing game, that can deal with team continuity, that can just mess with overall team chemistry. So I think it's important for people to actually listen to that and pay attention to that, because if you're a fan of those teams, you better hope niggas is vaccinated. Everybody ain't vaccinated, fam. And I'm not saying what they should and shouldn't do, but when it comes down to you missing games for your team, home games, it's 42 home games in the season, but the regular season going back to 82 games and shit. I'm sorry, 41 games in a regular season. So I think motherfuckers better at least pay attention to that and to those when you fans of those teams and those markets. For me being a Laker fan, I mean we big dogs into this game. You know what I'm saying? You got motherfuckers talking about Golden State, you got niggas talking about Brooklyn. So obviously I want to see who the fuck is gonna miss games, when and where, who they going against. You know what I'm saying? Is it gonna be when the Lakers is in the building? Like I want to make sure, I want to see what the fuck is going on, because that's gonna impact the overall outcome of the season in my eyes. So I think it's important for motherfuckers to actually pay attention to that situation. Any more news come out on that, I'll be glad to come on this podcast and talk about it. But as of right now, since the season hasn't started, that's all I really want to say on is that it may be something down the line where it could be impactful to the season. And I think a lot of people just don't know that that's a new rule in the state of New York and also in San Francisco. Moving on. Let's get into Ben Simmons real fast, man. Ben Simmons has let it be known that he is not reporting to camp next week. He's training camp next week. He said he never wants to play in Philadelphia ever again. And quite honestly, fam, I don't think Ben Simmons has the clout to do this, but the way the NBA has been going these last couple of years, why not type shit. This overall, this pretty much brings me to Adam Silver. I've said on this podcast many times, I've said over the years in my personal life, I do not think Adam Silver is a good commissioner. I just don't. I think he's reaping all the benefits that David Stern laid down, which that happens. That really happens. I just don't think that Adam Silver has done anything to actually, you know what I'm saying, to put his foot down type shit. He's all with player. He want to be friends with the players and shit like that, which is cool. But it comes a certain point in time where you have to put your foot down and actually be running shit. You got to be running shit. I haven't heard him say one thing about this Ben Simmons shit. He haven't said shit about the player mobility for real. Like, David Stern would have been fine niggas left and right. And I ain't saying take money out of niggas' pockets, but you need to at least be, you at least need to be shown in a higher regard. Because you ask me, Rich Paul got more fucking more say-so over the league than fucking Adam Silver do. Rich Paul niggas that's taking niggas and putting them where the fuck he want. That's what he doing. Last time we seen a trade or a sign to get vetoed, that was David Stern era. And niggas they had to say what they had to say about that, but that's when it happened. When there was some fugazi shit going on, David Stern said, nah, nigga. Nah. He said, no, we're not doing it. Well, Adam Silver, he just sit back and shut the fuck up. I be forgetting this nigga even alive, to tell you the truth, until there's some China shit coming around. I don't give him credit for that whole China shit like that. This is America, nigga. We don't do what they do over there. So why would I think he wouldn't have supported the American stance on that shit? That's what the fuck we do over here. But when it comes to the player mobility and the shit that's going on in the league right now, he's not stepping up to the plate and saying what it is and where it ain't gonna be. Because the moves that these players is making is primarily this Ben Simmons shit. This gonna fuck up the CBA. This gonna fuck up niggas' pockets. And you can't tell me niggas not playing ain't gonna fuck up the TV contracts. You can't tell me that's not gonna happen. So for Adam Silver not to be voicing his opinions and making it known what the fuck is and what the fuck ain't gonna happen, that's alarming to me, fam. But it's not surprising because I've always said he is not a good commissioner. Niggas give Roger Goodell all types of bullshit. All types of bullshit. Niggas ain't giving Adam Silver bullshit just because niggas like him. Because he let niggas do what the fuck they want to do. Nah, bro, that's not what you got hired for. You didn't get hired. You didn't work for the players. The players, you work for the owners and shit. That's what you do. But it is what it is with that. I want to say is what we got. We got Westbrook. Let me say this about Westbrook, bro. Before I talk about Evander Kane. You know, with the season approaching, training camp next week. You know, LeBron and them going to a little mini camp in Vegas before they take off to the actual official training camp. You got videos of Westbrook coming out with a reformed jump shot, hitting threes and stuff like that. You still have people that's talking bad on Russell. The rankings came out. He was ranked 29th in the NBA, I believe, behind Ben Simmons, which is fucking crazy. Westbrook, he got a big season coming up. A big fucking season is coming up for Russell Westbrook. And the reason why I think a lot of people is bullish on the Lakers right now, it just says a lot about how they feel about Russell Westbrook. And, you know, people say Russell Westbrook didn't defer to Kevin Durant. He really didn't defer to James Harden, which is not true, bro. I actually seen him take a step back from what he was doing the years before to let James Harden be James Harden. It just didn't work. Like I told niggas, it wouldn't work. But I think it's important to note, I think that it's going to be totally different with LeBron and Russell Westbrook because I think LeBron is probably the only person in the NBA that Westbrook don't look at as a peer. Because not only did LeBron come in before, LeBron came in before Westbrook. He was already LeBron type shit. So Westbrook can kind of say he grew up watching LeBron a little bit because before he got to the league, when he was still in college or his last few years of high school, LeBron was already in the league. Westbrook came in, 08? Either 08 or 09. I think it was 08. I don't know. Either 08 or 09, Russell Westbrook came to the league. LeBron was already in the league for 5, 6 years at that point in time. He had already been to the finals. You know what I'm saying? He was a year or two removed from going to the Heat. You know what I'm saying? Like he was already MVP type shit. So I think he's literally the only nigga in the league right now that Russell Westbrook don't look at as an actual peer. Like, yeah, them niggas cool and all that, but it's a different type of respect level. When you got Westbrook and KD, nigga, we came up together. James Harden, we came up together. All you other niggas, either we came up together or I've been busting y'all ass for my whole career. LeBron, that's not LeBron. So I don't think it's going to be a problem with Russell Westbrook deferring to Bron like that. I think that shit's actually going to work out a lot better than a lot of people think. It's just a matter of Westbrook hitting his shots, giving motherfuckers at least 35% from three, and not taking bad shots. I don't want to see Russell Westbrook coming down full speed trying to do that bank shot. Anytime he make that, I think it's luck. But I think his shot selection is going to be different, and I think it's going to work out way better than people actually think it's going to work out. Because I think those are two outstanding players, and I think LeBron has so much clout that nobody else has because he is the oldest player in the league right now. I think it's gonna hold a little bit different weight when it comes to Russell Westbrook and his respect for LeBron James and his deferment on the court. I really motherfucking do. Moving on before I get about this motherfucker, man. I want to talk about this real fast because I brought up on past episodes. Evander Kane. We talked about how his wife had came out. Or his wife or his girl had came on, so he's betting on his own games and stuff like that. There was an actual investigation launched about that by the NHL. They had launched a gambling investigation on Evander Kane, and they found no evidence whatsoever that the San Jose Sharks forward was betting on his own games. So I want to say shout out to Evander Kane for dodging that motherfucking bullet, but I do want to say Evander Kane, leave that bitch alone, because that bitch could just ruin your motherfucking career, bro. Real motherfucking talk. Leave that bitch alone. And if you love her and you offended by me calling her a bitch, okay. Okay. But you need to look into the mirror, dog, because that was some shit that could have got you in some deep shit. Some real deep shit. And when this investigation launched on your ass for gambling and sports, you could have been fucked for the long haul, bro. So shout out to Evander Kane for being a clean-cut athlete, being an actual professional, and handling this business the right motherfucking way, man. But like I said, bro, you gotta leave that bitch alone because she could have threw your whole career away, and you would have been losing out on money, and you would have been losing on that lifestyle that you've been dreaming for your whole motherfucking life. But that's it, man. Let's get the fuck out of this motherfucker, man. God damn. It's supposed to be a short episode, man. This motherfucker was long as a motherfucker, man. Long as a motherfucker. I want to say shout out to every motherfucking body that's tapped in, joining this conversation, man. Everybody supporting the podcast on all platforms, man. Audio or visual. Audio comes out Thursdays every day. Every Thursday, I should say, at 4 a.m. Visuals come out every Friday at 8 a.m. On the Until FN YouTube channel. Audio is on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audio Mac, all that good shit, man. But keep supporting the podcast, man. I truly appreciate and love all the support, man. It's worldwide right now. Keep tapping in, keep joining the fucking conversation. Let's keep building this empire brick by motherfucking brick. And I just want to say, please rate, review, subscribe to the podcast everywhere you can, man. But you know I give it up on this side, man. You know the saying, bro. You know what's gonna be on the merch, my nigga. You know what's gonna be on the merch, boy. It's all love these ways, man. It's all motherfucking love these ways. Never let them sidetrack you with the bullshit. Stay safe, stay sharp, stay sane. Always keep the main thing the main thing. I'll y'all next week, man. I'm out this motherfucker, man. Peace. Damn. Hey, Shrey said that nigga name was a nature boy because he had a big dick, bro. What the fuck? He's a wild motherfucking boy. I'll tell you that much, man.